think, well, I'm going to do this cardio session to burn up body fat at that current time. What I would suggest to do is, it's going to boost your metabolism. That's why we do cardiovascular. So it's not just the time that you're sitting on the treadmill or doing that kind of thing. It's what's going to progress your body into burning up on a consistent manner over the next, training schedule and, as you progress further. Okay?
I guess my question is, because, through your experience, you've gone through trials and failures and stuff, what would you say for someone that's barely starting should be a staple in my workout regimen, and what are some things that could be avoided or
Okay, you're talking to the guy that's made every mistake there is, so it's a good question. I mentioned the overtraining thing. You don't want to do too much. So 9 to 12 sets per body part, okay? So I would pick 3 or 4 different exercises. So if you're going to do chest, I would pick 3 or 4 different movements, 3 sets each. Same thing with back, legs, arms, whatever you want to do. Grouping of body parts is important too. You don't want to overdo too much. So you don't want to do like legs and back in the same day. You want to try to give each, so you could do chest and biceps or shoulders and triceps. I try to do back and legs on its own day because it's very, very different. That should be your 2 hardest training parts. Your nutrition is very important. You have to eat as much as you train. So like I mentioned, every 3 hours you should be putting something in your system, whether it be a meal or protein shake or whatnot. In the beginning when I really started to become a bodybuilder, I ate a meal, then I would have a protein shake, then I do a meal, protein shake that way. So I'm always feeding my body every 2.5 to 3 hours, which I still currently do. So that's still the basis of my program. Supplements in the beginning, I don't think are absolutely necessary unless you want to use, I would just suggest using like a protein powder, but you have to focus on your food and nutrition. That's super, super important. There's nothing more. I mean, might as well not even go to the gym and work out if your nutrition's not intact. Sleep, you got to sleep at least, probably six hours a night is sufficient usually. I only sleep 4 getting ready for the Mr. Olympia, but I'm not the staple of what you should follow actually, because now I sleep about 8 to 9 hours a night right now. Okay? But consistency, stay with it. You have to do this day in, day out. It becomes a lifestyle. So what I'm saying is, go to the gym, work out, but there's a whole lot that goes into it otherwise. Okay?
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, Jan. I'm a huge fan / stalker, whatever. Sorry, self-admitted. You're a huge champ, and everybody loves you, and there's tons of cameras here, and you have tons of moral support and financial sponsors. But can you bring us back to the beginning? Because starting anything, there's usually not a lot of funds and not a lot of people that believe in you. So can you tell us about some of those things and how you overcame them, and what did you do? Did you work 3 jobs? And
I did everything. At one time, Katler I was a cook. Okay? I was a security guard, because anyone that's followed me knows I got my degree in criminal justice. So when I first started training, that's what I was doing. I was working security. I was making $5 an hour. I worked 40 hours a week, and my paycheck was $150 a week. So I was pretty well busted at that point. And I was able to afford as much chicken as possible. My parents helped out as much as I could, but I got a lot of help also from my girlfriend at the time, who is my wife, Carrie. She worked also, and we kind of did it together, and that was super, super important for us. And I struggled, I did everything I possibly could. I didn't actually get sponsorship until I was 23 years old. I went and won the nationals at 23, which is really, really young. So between 18 and 23, I mean, I ate scraps, just to get where I could get. All my money was spent to be a bodybuilder. I remember driving to the gym every day. I was training like 40 minutes from my house when I lived in Worcester, Massachusetts, and I drove to a place in Natick. It was a gym. You know that area?
I'm from Worcester.
Okay. So, I train at Gold's Gym, Worcester, Mass. So, I had a S10 pickup truck that every day my tire would go low, so I had to drive to the gas station and pump up my tire every day in order to drive to the gym and to hold just enough air to drive back and forth. I remember at that time I was putting like $2 each time in my gas tank, and $2 back then, I think gas was like 99 cents or something, so I was able to get $2 back and forth to the gym. I never had a full tank of gas. I can't remember if I ever did. And, I struggled. I mean, it was very, very difficult, but, I had a lot of people that believed in me and a lot of people that didn't believe in me. And obviously, once I started, sign a contract for the first time, obviously that was a little bit of money, but, I just lived off basically savings and what I did in the family business. That once I was able to save enough money, I moved to California, and that's when I really started to flourish. My bodybuilding career went from here to here once I moved to the West Coast. After '99 Olympia, I finished, almost second to last, and then the next year I was starting to win pro shows and placed second at the Mr. Olympia for the first time. And that's what you guys hear about the most, but you never hear about really the downside of my career. Because I'm one of those type of people that doesn't really want to promote the negative sides, because I try to promote, bodybuilding as something really special that's given me a life beyond what I ever imagined, and that's truly what it did. And you know what? Without those struggles, these times wouldn't be the best of times. And sometimes I wish I could go back to when it was that easy, because now there's just so much riding on me and my career. And, I have a little, if I fall apart, that lets a lot of people down. But I really just try to look at the positive things, and I've always stayed positive and never really got down on too many things, even though, there was some hard times. There's been a lot of better times than the hard times, so.
Well, you're a champ, and we appreciate you.
I'm just glad I'm living on this coast. You're glad that you're not in Worcester anymore, right?
Yeah, I have a question on body proportions. What do you think the thigh measurement to the calf measurement should be?
What are mine, or?
What should be the proportions for a bodybuilder?
I think maybe 10 inches should separate those body parts.
Okay.
What do you think?
And what about for the arms to the chest?
I don't know. I have 22 and a half inch arms and a 60-inch chest, I think.
Okay.
But that's a little outrageous, right?
I don't know. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm your #1 fan, first of all.
I see that.
You. And
He's 15 years old, by the way.
and I have a goal to become a pro bodybuilder just like you. And I'm 130 pounds, trying to grow, because I'm gonna sign up for a show in July, and I want to start doing that. So, but first I want to grow and get bigger. I'm eating 2,200 calories a day. I don't know if that's enough though.
Well, it's not really about the calories, it's the consistency of your eating and how long you've been doing it. You're 15 years old, so I can't imagine you've been bodybuilding for a long time. How long have you been bodybuilding for?
A year.
A year. So your metabolism is obviously very fast. You're very lean, which is also beneficial. But you just need the consistency of keep eating that amount of foods and slowly work your way up with that amount of calories. Someone at your age should not be on a chicken and rice type diet all the time. You still have to enjoy yourself at your age and eat the kind of foods that most other kids your age, when you go to school, you can't sit there and eat on a bodybuilder diet all the time. Okay, supplements, you have to be very careful what you use. I would suggest a protein powder, but that would be it at your age for sure. Adding some, peanut butter or almond butter to your protein shakes is very, that could help you quite a bit. I know when I started bodybuilding, I ate a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I mean, that's a lot of kids eat. It gives you extra calories, and you just need to keep pounding those calories in without it being a lot of junk food.
Okay.
But consistently, every 2 hours. I mean, if you're lean as you can, you're probably hungry all the time, right? You got to eat as much as you can, even if you have to, get up in the middle of the night and have a protein shake or grab something to eat out of the fridge.
Okay.
And I see, you have your dad's here with you. He supports you, which is a huge, huge plus. In the beginning, my dad didn't understand what bodybuilding was. I told him I was going to shave my whole body down, put color on myself, and pose in posing trunks. He didn't know what to think. Remember, I come from nowhere, USA, and for me, I mean, my dad didn't understand how I could make money unless I was, shoveling cow manure or something else. He didn't know anything. My dad's 81 right now, actually, so he's a little behind the times on what really goes on in this kind of world, you know.
I enjoy going to the gym every day, and I just love lifting weights and love doing all this, so I think it would be a good job for me.
Well, just stay with it, stay with your education, and keep following your passion. I mean, it will happen if it's really meant to be, you know, but don't change your whole focus on what you need to do with your schooling and, you know, finding that niche in life. You need to make sure you just focus and keep driving forward and stay very, very positive. Don't let anyone tell you different.
All right, thank you.
Okay? Okay.
Hey Jay, when you started out bodybuilding, what was the most difficult body part for you to develop?
My chest. My chest was small because I had really wide shoulders, so.
Okay, and for me it's my calves. What do you suggest for...
We had a calf question yesterday, and I had really small calves too. I was going to say my calves or my chest because my quads were so big. And for me, I mean, I believe calves should be done. You walk on your calves all day long, so it's, you know, the fibers in your calves are made, you know, there's different types of fibers. And what you want to focus on is training with heavier weights and less repetitions, because obviously you're walking around all day on your calves and, you know, you're doing high repetitions with not, you know, obviously not a weight, your body weight a little bit, but you don't realize how much you use your calves until you injure it, which I have several times. I've had calf injuries, and it's almost impossible to walk without your calves. But so I suggest repetitions of 8 to 10 repetitions, 8 to 12, and heavy weights with that, and a lot of stretching. That's going to help blow that muscle up as much as possible. But I would train it just like every other body part, maximum twice a week, but I usually once to every 5 to 7 days, just like anything else. I treat it like I do my triceps or my biceps. Okay?
All right, thanks.
Thanks.
Hello. What motivates you?
There's a lot of things that motivate me. I mean,
The primary one, like your main drive.
well, being Mr. Olympia is a huge, huge motivating thing, and now I realize how great I actually am as a bodybuilder, so that's a huge, huge motivation. I mean, I'm expected to win, right?
So you mean you want to be the best in
Yeah.
the field?
I want to be the best at what I do. I don't want to
What do you consider the best?
winning the Mr. Olympia competition. That's about the best, right?
Yeah, it is. Who do you think for where you're at and where you will be at the end? Who do you think?
Who will be the next?
No. Who do you think? Like who do you give thanks to?
I think a lot of people, a lot of my team, you know, obviously the sponsors that make it possible, and the fans. I mean, the fans give me a lot of drive and motivation too.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Jay, you pretty much reached the top in bodybuilding. Did you think about getting into movie industry like Arnold and some other bodybuilders after they reached the top and decided to recover from bodybuilding?
But as I said, now I've decided to kind of keep going forward and you know, focus on the bodybuilding thing too. Since I've had such great success at it, and I still enjoy.
I've heard rumors, and is this really going to be your last Mr. Olympia?
I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided that. I'm still trying to get to that Olympia first before I make that decision. I mean, you always hear rumors, but we'll just see. I want to see how it progresses. You know, I want to see how I come out, see if I can improve.
Who do you think is going to be the next Mr. Olympia after you retire?
It's hard to say. I think there's a lot of guys. I mean, you got, you know, Phil Heath was second last year, Brand Schwarn was second the year before that. You got Victor Martinez, you got Kai Green, Dennis Wolf. I think one of those guys, Dexter Jackson, could come back and win it.
How you doing, Jay? You and Ronnie Coleman, who would win in a fist fight? Like the, and it's a serious question.
I'd kick his ass.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
Make sure you email and tell them that too.
Just to eat before workouts.
I usually have chicken and rice, or steak and rice. Usually something. That's usually my pre-workout meal.
How long do you eat before? Like how many?
1 hour before the workout usually.
That's a lot.
Okay.
Like cardio? Do you even do cardio?
No
or-
cardio at all. I train pretty quick. I train. You know, I mentioned I'm in the gym.
More of a request than a question. Is there any way we could get some poses, a double bi, or?
You want to pose down with me? Is that what you're asking?
I don't
me?
want to pose down, but I like to see you.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, people told me I didn't have the genetics to be Mr. Olympia. I won my pro card, and they said you'd never win anything after that. And then I started winning pro shows. They said, well, he's not going to win this one. I wouldn't be multiple Arnold Classic champion, now a 4-time Mr. Olympia. You know, I won the title, lost it, and came back and won it again. Everyone said that couldn't be done. You know, so, I mean, looking at your physique, I mean, I can't, like I said, I mean, anyone's capable of doing this. I mean, this kid's 15 years old and he wants to be a bodybuilder. I mean, at 15, you're not going to be, you know, really muscle bound, but, you know, you never would know what that would bring. I mean, people, you guys seen pictures of me when I was 15, right?